Hi friends, welcome you all for this next video, which is going to be a fast track method on the topic time and work. I hope that all may enjoy my previous video, which is a time and a distance, and I got so many feedbacks from so many people. Thanks a lot for those who sending me a feedbacks. And friends, if we take a time and work, which is most important topic in all bank exam, right? And nowadays the bank exams are mainly concentrating on two concepts, that is the sum, which is completely based on joining and a person leaving, right? These are the two important concepts nowadays the bank exams are concentrating, right? Not only a bank exams, the exams like all competitive exams. I hope that SBI clerk is going to come in May month, that is prelims exam, and there is an SSC exam. So in all the competitive exams you can see at least one question which is from time and work. Friends, I am just going to teach you 5 interesting sums which is based on these kind of these concepts, which is going to be a simplest technique that you have ever learned in any video, right? So friends, I just want to suggest you that before going into this time and work, you should know a simple idea, right? So while though the question is bigger, don't worry about that. By reading a first line itself, 90% of the people may write one thing. First line, they will give you that A can complete a piece of work in 10 days. If the first line you have seen in a computer, our and directly goes into 1 by 20. We doesn't know what is 1 by 20, right? So if A can complete a piece of work in 20 days, we used to write 1 by 20 in a paper. And in the next line they have said that B can complete a work in 10 days, 1 by 10. So these are the way which we used to practice, right? So it is practicing is okay, but don't go for these kinds of procedure in our exams. Calculating a remaining work, right? Remaining work, and some people put like 1 minus remaining work, right? These are the methods which is entirely waste for solving in an exams. These are the if you use these kinds of method in your exams, I can guarantee that though you solve the question for 2 or 3 minutes, you can't able to get an answer, right? So I am just talking about a clear cut concept, right? Friends, if we take a recent 5 or 6 important bank exams, they are concentrating on these two things, right? So the question is like A and B, A can complete a piece of work in some days and B can complete a piece of work in some days, and B doesn't know how much days A worked and when B leaves, we doesn't know anything. But remember friends, a job is completed, right? Whatever the question, right? If you read the question is 4 or 5 lines, they can clearly say that the job is finished. The entire job is finished. They are not at all leaving a job and leaving at a certain place, and they are not leaving and they were not asking that what are all the remaining works, right? The most of the question, that is 99% of the question, they are asking that whether how many days a job gets completed, right? This is the important concept. Friends, before going into it, number 1, that is 1, plays a major role. So get the idea that whatever job is done, whoever comes into it or whoever leaves, we don't worry about that, finally is equal to 1. This equal to 1 shows that a job is completed. Got the idea friends? Equal to 1 denotes that a job is completed. Whoever is here, whoever comes here, whoever leaves here, don't worry, right? So finally they are finishing a one job. Important concept, right? So another important concept is that if I write 9 by 10, right? Anywhere else if I write 9 by 10, this shows that, for example, A is capable of completing a job in 10 days, but E worked only 9 days. Got the idea? So I am just going to write 11 by 20. This shows that A is capable of completing a job in 20 days, but E have done only 11 days. Got the idea friends? So if it is 9 by 9 by 17, right? If 9 by 17, what is 9 by 17, right? A is capable of finishing a job in 17 days, but E have worked only for 9 days. If you know this simple concept, I can clearly say you can solve all the question in time and work, right? Without going for the remaining work concept. I am not talking about the remaining work concept. And the sum which I am going to teach you now is so interesting, and I am just going to solve by a normal way of procedure and also from the options. How we need to put a value from the options, which is easy to solve these kinds of questions. Let me move on to those 5 interesting questions on time and work. On to a first interesting question on time and work, right? Just see the question here, friends, what they have given. A can do a piece of work in 10 days and B can do it in 15 days. And they have said that they begin together, but 5 days before the completion of work, B leaves off. And find the number of days for the work to be completed. This is the question, right? The concept is asked on so many bank exams. Okay, friends, our first target is that just see what are all the informations that they have given in a question. They have said that A can complete a job in 10 days and B can complete a job in 15 days. And they have said that they begin the work together, right? They are starting the work together, but 5 days before the completion of work, B left. So when we doesn't know when the work is get completed, but before the work gets completed, 5 days before, B leaves off, right? And find the number of days for the work to be completed. This is what the question is. Friends, in a previous thing, I have said that, in a basic itself, I have said that, just see whether the job is completed or not. The job is completed, right? They are asking, find the number of days for the work to be completed. Whatever the option, whatever the answer, but we know that the job gets completed, which is equals to 1. Got the idea? First step. Remember, job gets completed. So one job is definitely gets completed, which is equal to 1. This is our first target. Second target, just see the question, who is starting and who is till the end, right? So starting person, who is starting the job, which is A and B, both are starting the job. Why? Because they have said that they begin work together. So A and B are at starting. Ending, now we can go for ending. Which person is still in the ending, right? So whether A is at the last or B at the last. So friends, when we see B 5 days before the completion of work, B left. So from the starting till the end, B is not there. But see A, the person A is from the starting until the end. He is not at all leaving, right? So the ending person is A. Got the idea? Our second target is to find who is from the starting and who is till the ending. We have found, right? Friends, third target is assume any days whatever you need, right? I am just going to put A is 50 days. Don't worry about, don't see the question, right? I am just substituting any value. A 50 days. If this job is completed in 50 days, we know that A should start till the end. He completed the work in 50 days. What about B? When A completes this entire job in 50 days, then B should be work for 45 days. Why? Because before the completion of work, B left 5 days before. Got the idea? So B have worked for 45 days. Got it? So if I put A is equal to 20, the entire job is completed in 20 days. What about B? How many days B have worked? Here the job is 20 days. We know that B left the job 5 days before the completion of work. The job is completed in 20 days. So B have to work for 15 days. Got the idea? This is our third target. Friends, our three target before going to solve. First target, whether the job is completed, which is equals to 1. Second target, who is starting and who is till the ending. And third target, assume whatever days you remember, right? Don't worry about the question. You can put as 100 or 200, whatever be you like. But according to the question, clear on the concept whether we have done correctly this or not, right? And we are moving to the third step, which is going to be so interesting, right? See here, friends, a job gets completed, right? So for this one job, 2 persons are working, right? So we know that what about A? A is capable of working 10 days. He can finish a job 10 days. Got it? And B can finish a job in 15 days. That is 15. Got the idea, friends? A can finish a job in 10 days and B can capable of doing a job in 15 days. But we doesn't know both the person how many days have worked, but they have completed one job. So just see here, from the options, friends, from the options I am just going to put a value. What is option number A? Option number A is 6. They were asking find the number of days work to be completed. From the starting till the end, who is there? A is there. So if we take option number A is 6, the 6 days, that is work done by A. Got the idea? So if 6 days work by A, what about B? B, they have said that before the completion of work, 5 days before B left. So if A worked for 6 days, B should work only for 1 day. Why? Because just assume Out of 10 days, A worked for 6 days. So if A worked for 6 days and completed a job, B left the job before 5 days. So if B left the job before 5 days, definitely B should have worked only for 1 day. So when we cancel it, LHS should be equals to RHS. Then only the answer is correct, right? So when we cancel in 2 table, 3 2s are 6, which is 5 2s are 10. So whatever we done here, that is definitely not equals to 1. So the option number 1 is completely eliminated. Got the idea, friends? Easiest concept. Go for the next method. Similarly, which is equals to 1, go for the second option. A can complete a job in 10 days and B can complete a job in 15 days. Go for the second option, which is 8. So if the 8 shows that A can complete this entire job in 8 days. B, we know that B left the job before 5 days. So if B left the job before 5 days, A completed in 8 days. So B should have done only 3 days. Just cancel and see by 2 table. 4 2s are 8, 5 2s are 10. Right? 1 3s are 3, 5 3s are 15. So we got an 4 by 5 plus 1 by 5. 4 by 5 plus 1 by 5 is equal to 5 by 5. 5 by 5 is 1. So 1 is equal to 1. LHS equal to RHS. So definitely we can say that option number B will be your answer. Right? This is one of the simplest concept ever used. Right? I hope that you have learned new tricks to solve these kinds of time and work. Friends, whatever a person comes or joins or 5 or 6 person comes, remember a job is completed, right? Whatever you substitute the value here, it is equals to 1. If it is not equals to 1, then the option is eliminated, right? So don't just stop by watching this sum. There will be remaining 4 sums which is going to be so interesting, and watch all the sums and enjoy this video, right? We can move on to next interesting sum. Okay friends, let me move on to second interesting question that is based on a person leaving, right? Okay, just see the question here, friends. A and B can do a piece of work in 60 and 75 days respectively. Both begin the work, but after some days A leave off. In such cases, B finish the remaining work in 30 days. How many days A leaves? Friends, first see what are all the informations they have given in a question, our first target. When we read the question, they have said that A can finish a job in 60 days and B can finish a job in 75 days. And both are started working, but A leaves off, but B doesn't know when A leaves off, but B finished the remaining work in 30 days, and they are asking after how many days A left the job. This is what the question is, right? So we have read the question and we have found that what are all the data that they have given in a question. Second target, whether the work is completed or still the remaining work is there. Friends, see here, in such cases B finishes the remaining work in 30 days. He finishes the work. So this question shows that a person, whatever A or B, he leaves or joins, but a job is get completed. When the job is get completed, our methodology is to put equal to 1 first. And first target, we have read the question, got an information. Second target, whether the job is completed, equals to 1. Our third target, starting. Who is starting the job? They have said that begin together, right? They have begun together. We can clearly say that both the persons are coming. So A and B have started the job. Who is still ending? Who is ending this job? Ending this job is that A leaves off. So A left the job after some days, but B was there till the job is completed. So we can say that the ending person is B and the starting person is A and B. Got the idea? Right. Our third target is gets completed. And our fourth target is that from the option substitute the value, and before going into it just assume whatever days you want, right? But the concept should be clear. If A, I am just going to put A as 50 days. If A leaves the job 50 days, what about B? Just think, friends, just think here. A left the job after 50 days, right? They have said that A leaves some days. I am just assuming that A can leave in 50 days. What about B? How many days B have worked? Friends, if A worked for 50 days, B is also worked for 50 days. But after leaving A, after A leaves off, the remaining work is completed by B in 30 days excess. So we can say that 80 days is the work done by B. Just compare the difference. A is 50 days, B is 80 days. Compare the difference, that is 30. When compared to A, B worked 30 days more than that of A. Just assume another value. If A is equal to 30, what about B? What about B? B should be 60 days. Why? Because if A completes the job, A leaves off in 30 days, B should complete the remaining work in excess 30 days. Already B has to be worked. When compare the difference between 30 and 60, which is 30 days. Just see here friends, when compared to A, B have worked 30 days excess. Got the idea? Right, okay. Just substitute the value friends, that's it. If you know this concept, it is so easy to solve. Just see here, what about capable of A? A can complete a job in 60 days. What about B? B can complete a job in 75 days. Right? So, just put the option number 1. What is the option number 1? A is 25. They were asking how many days A leaves off. So, the option is, they are asking how many days A left. So, whatever value you are substituting from the option, you should put for A. Right? So, first option is 25. I am just going to put 25 here. If I put 25 here A, what about B? He worked 30 days remaining work, right? So, see here, B have worked remaining 30 days. Remaining work is completed by B after 30 days. So, if 25 days is the work done by A, so B should be 55. Then only the difference between both the persons will be 30 days. Just cancel it by 5 table. When we cancel it in 5 table, so 5 5s are 25 divided by 12. Similarly, when we cancel 55, 11. So, 75, that is 15. So, just friends, see here, we need to get a target equal to 1, that is LHS equal to RHS. By seeing this, I can clearly say it won't be equals to 1. Why? Because 5 by 12 is approximately 0.0 something. Whatever value we obtain, it should be not at all 1, right? So, I hope that option number 1 is eliminated. This comes in a way of practicing, right? So, first option gets eliminated. Go for the second option, which is option number 2 is 20. Similarly, substitute the value, which is 60 and 75. So, our target is to get 1. So, if second option B is 20, so A has done the job in 20 days. What about B? We have done the remaining job in 30 days. So, if A is 20 days, what about B? B has to done, when compared to A, 30 days excess. So, if 30 days excess, 50 is the day where B has to work. Just assume that, but cancelling by 0, 0 get cancelled and 1 by 3. When we cancel it in 2 table, 1 2s are 2 and 3 2s are 6. When we cancel it in 25 table, right, we can cancel 25 table. 50, when we cancel it 25 table, 2. When we cancel 75 by 25 table, which is 3. So, 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3, which is 3 by 3, which is equals to 1. 3 by 3 is 1. We got LHS equal to 1. RHS we already know is equal to 1. So, 1 is equal to 1. We can clearly say that option number B will be your answer, right? So, friends, this is the way we need to solve in a bank exam, right? This is the proper methodology of solving. Most people will go for 1 by 60 plus 1 by 75 and waste their time by solving, taking LCM here. And all after taking LCM, we will got an answer, right? Something we will got as 9 by 11, 9 by 12, whatever be. And our next will 1 minus remaining work. We will waste your time here. After calculating a remaining work, we need to multiply and reciprocal. So many concepts are there, right? So friends, I hope that you will definitely learn this new idea to solve. If 3% comes, people may ask in a comment, right? In a YouTube comment, you just used to type and say that what if 3% comes. Friends, don't worry about that. Though 50% come, a job is completed, right? So remember, though the 50% or 100% comes, a job is completed, which is equals to 1. So if 3% comes, go for 3. If 4% come, go for 4. So whatever value when you substitute, when we cancel it, that should be equals to 1. Got the idea, friends? So I hope that this is one of the easiest way to solve. Just practice more than 2 or 3 sums in various books, and you will surely get 1 mark in your bank exam, right? We hope that we can go for next question, where next question shows that the first 2 questions we have solved from the option. But next question, students may ask, what about the values are in fraction, right? So if it is fraction, if it is like this, 3 9 by 12 or 3 9 by 7, if it is like this, what can we do? When we substitute those values from the option, it may take a lot of time, right? So our next sum will be how to solve a normal way of sum. But at this, the next sum will be so easy, right? By by solving a normal way, it is also so easy, friends. First see the options, whether all the values are in integer. If it is an integer, substitute the value. If it is not an integer, it is in an improper fraction, don't substitute the value and waste the time. Just see the next video, it will be so interesting, right? We move on to next one. The question is similar based on the previous sums which we have solved already. But one thing, in the previous two sums, the options are all in integers. So it is easy for substitute the values. But here the options are in improper fractions. So if the options are in an improper fraction, don't follow the method which I have used in a previous case. But the normal way is also easy. Everything is similar, right? Our first target, similarly whatever we said, right? In a previous case we have said that what are all the targets we need to do before solving a sum. Our first target, we need to read a sum, right? Just read a sum. A and B can do a piece of work in 40 and 50 days. Both of them begin together. After a certain days, A leave off. In this case, B finished the remaining work in 20 days. How many days A leave? And we have read the question and we have collect some of the information that A can complete a piece of work in 40 days and B can complete a piece of work in 50 days, right? And see whether the job is completed or not. First target, the job gets completed, right? So B finished the remaining work in 20 days. We know that the job gets completed. So if the job gets completed, that is equals to 1. First target. Second target, who is starting a job until the ending, who are all there? So starting, the starting person is both begin the job. So both the persons are in a starting. So in the starting, A and B, both the persons are there. Go for the ending. If in the ending they have said that A leaves off, right? We doesn't know when the A leave, but A leaves off in some state. So we can clearly say that B completes the remaining work in 20 days, right? B completes the remaining work in 20 days. So B is from the starting until the end. So till the end B is there. A leaves off, right? So similarly friends, what we did, just assume any values, right? We in the previous cases we used to assume A and B similarly. So if we put A as 20 days, A can complete a job in 20 days. So what about B? B have done the remaining work in 20 days. So B should be complete his job in 40 days. See here friends, when compare both, what is the difference between both is 20. When compared to A, B have worked 20 days. Got the idea? A leave the job, but after leaving, B had complete the remaining work in 20 days more. So we can clearly say that if A worked for 20 days, B has to work for 40 days. Right? This is the concept. If you know these three concepts, you can clearly solve the sum. But here we can't able to substitute the value from the options. Go for a normal way, right? What is the capable of A? Capable of A is to complete a job in 40 days. What is capable of B? B can capable of completing a job in 15 days. But we know that when we doesn't know when the A leave off. But B had worked 20 days when compared to A. So if I put X as A, why? Because we doesn't know out of 40 days how many days A worked. So if out of 40 days, if we doesn't know how many days A worked, B has to be worked 20 days more than when compared to A. So if X is 10, B has to work 30. So if we are keeping A as X, then B should be X plus 20. Got the idea, friend? Simple concept. If A works for X days, B should work X plus 20. Why? Because B have took the remaining work for 20 days. So I hope that everyone can solve this, right? So 40 and 50, the LCM will be 200. So if it is 240, which is 5x. When we multiplied here 4x, when we multiplied 4, that is 80 is equals to 1. So 5x plus 4x, that is 9x plus 80 is equal to 200. So 9x is equal to 200 minus 80, that is 120. Therefore x is equal to 120 divided by 9. When we cancel 120 by 9 in a 3 table, that is when we cancel, that is 40 by 3. So 40 by 3 is, we can go for this option. 13 into 3 is 39. 39 plus 1 is 40. So 40 by 3. 40 by 3. So the option number A will be answer. Friends, I hope you will definitely learn new things by watching these three sums, right? When it is and options are in integer, go for the previous method. When the options are in improper fraction, go for this method, right? When the option is like, when two options are integer and two options are improper fraction, when the options are like that, go for this method, right? Why? Because either option integer can be answer or the option improper can be an answer. So don't waste the time by substituting the value. Better, this is the easiest method, right? So if we target this correctly, getting an answer is so easy, right? So friends, we have shown three sums. In this three sums, we have shown a concept that leaving, right? A person leaves. But the next sum is going to be a person enters or join. The question is based on joining, right? So previous 3 or 4 question which we have shown is entirely a person leaves, and now we are going to see a question where the person joins into a group, right? So similarly, don't worry about whether he is leaving or joining. You know what is the methodology to solve these sums. Similarly, follow the same procedure, but there is a small changes in the methodology, right? That's it. Similarly, our first target, read the question, collect the information, right? Just read the question. A alone can complete a job in 15 days and B alone can complete a job in 10 days. A started the work and was joined by B after 5 days. The work lasted for how many days? This was the question. They have said that our first aim, whether the job is completed or not. Job is completed. Why? Because they have said the work lasted for how many days. So for how many days the work gets completed? They have asked. So whatever be the work is gets completed. So our target is to equals to 1. First target. Second thing, who is from the starting, who is till the end, right? A is starting the work, right? So if starting person is A, what about the ending person? At the center only B have joined. B have joined after 5 days where A worked, right? So we can clearly say that at the ending both A and B are there, right? In a previous cases the person starting A and B, but at the ending only one person are there. But here at the starting only one person, but at the ending both the persons are there. That's a small changes, right? And the second thing, just substitute, assume any values. Our third target, right? So go for the third target. If I put A is equal to 50 days, just assume A equal to 50 days. They were asking the work lasted how many days? How many days it takes to complete a job? We know that from the starting till the ending A is there. So if we take 50 as the work completed, so A has to be worked for 50 days. What about B? Friends, just think. A worked for 50 days. B have joined after 5 days. So if B have joined after 5 days, so B should work 45 days. Got the idea? So if compared to A, B have worked 5 days lesser. Got it? So see here friends, A have worked for 5 days more when compared to B. So we can clearly say that from this condition, B have worked 5 days lesser than A. Right? So go for any other. If A worked for 20 days, right? If A worked for 20 days, what about B? Just remember, so B have joined after 5 days. So if A complete a job in 20 days, B should be done work for 15 days. So if A complete in 20 days, B should complete in 15 days. So there should be a gap of 5 days between A and B. That's what the question says. Similarly friends, and finally we know equals to 1. We know the methodology, and while substituting, you know how to substitute the value. Just go from the option. That will see the options are in entire options are in integer. So go for the options. Similarly, what is the capable of A? 15 days. So divided by 15. What is the capable of B? B can complete a job in 10 days. Right? Go for the option number. First option, that is 8. So they were asking what is the total number of days work. We know that from the starting till the end A is there. So option number A, which is 8, substitute for A. So if A worked for 8 days, what about B? B has to be worked after 5 days only B have joined. Just see, after 5 days only B joined. But A completes in 8 days. So B has to work only for 3 days. Got the idea friends? After 5 days B joined. So if A completes a job in 8 days, after 5 days it's only 3 days remaining. So 3 days B have been worked. Our target is to get 1 is equal to 1. By seeing this, I hope that nothing will get cancelled, right? So 3 by 10, 8 by 15, which is no, we can't able to cancel it. So definitely 1 is not equal to 1. We can't able to get the value 1. So option number 1 gets eliminated. Go for option number 2. If we substitute 9 here, right? If we substitute, the work completes in 9 days. So if A is equal to 9, what about B? Remember, after 5 days B have joined. So if after 5 days B have joined, the entire works completed in 9 days. So B should work only for 4 days, right? So just cancel it in 3 table. 3 3s are 9, 5 3s are 15. Cancel it 2 by 5. So option will be 3 by 5 plus 2 by 5, that is 5 by 5 is equal to 1. So we have got an LHS is equal to 1. We already know that RHS is equal to 1. So LHS equal to 1, RHS equal to 1. So finally we got an answer, that is option number B. I hope that this is the easiest method friends. Don't worry about this joining or leaving if comes in an exam, right? follow this methodology. I hope everyone has enjoyed these 4 sums, which is so interesting, right? So friends, solving a time and work is so easy, but use a proper methodology. Don't go for remaining work. If you go for remaining work, it takes nearly 3 or 4 minutes, but if you follow this procedure for whatever sums, you can clearly get an answer within 30 or 40 seconds, but the answer will come, right? So I have taught you how to solve a sum that is based on leaving and joining, when you need to use from the option and when you does not use from the option is most important, right? Okay friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Why? Because I'm just going for a next video of SBI clerk exam practice sets, so it might be useful for you, those who are applying for SBI. And also most of the people are asking me to take SSC geometry, so as soon as possible I will try to make a geometry videos, but only thing is that you need to subscribe my channel. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.